Hey, it's Coach D. Welcome to Chapter 2, Your Effort. We talked about it last chapter. We said that your attitude determines your effort. Your effort determines your energy, and your energy determines your success. So yes, your attitude is the foundation for success. Your attitude is also the foundation for your effort. Again, we talked to you about it. You cannot have a bad attitude and give great effort. But I want to talk to you and just specifically take out the word effort today. And that's what I want to focus in on today. When we talk about effort, effort is basically what you bring to the party. We're having a party. We're playing volleyball. What are you going to bring to the party? Are you going to give me 50%? Are you going to give me 90%? Or are you going to give me that full 100%? No, I can't do any math. I can't do any special things with effort and say that it adds up to be 100%. And you got to do this or you got to do this. But I can tell you that effort is something I cannot teach you. No coach can teach you how to give great effort. It is something that is down with inside of you. It is something that you have got to understand. Hey, this is my job. This is my responsibility. I have got to give great effort. So what I want you to do and how I can help you out when we talk about effort is I want you to think about all of your talents and gifts. You are a great volleyball player. If you weren't a great volleyball player, I don't think that you'd be even looking at this. Because for you to be a great volleyball player and take that next step to be from a good volleyball player to a great volleyball player, you got to be a great teammate as well. If you want to be looked at as a captain of your team, maybe you're in college right now and you're just trying to be a better teammate. If you're in high school and you want to get looks from that college coach about playing college volleyball, you're wanting to be a better athlete, a better teammate. Maybe you're a middle school player and you're just saying, I just want to make varsity whenever I make it into high school. Whatever it is, it really boils down to how much do you want it? And how much do you want it not necessarily is all of your talent. Because no amount of talent in the whole world is going to give you effort. It's going to give you that drive and that heart and that want to. And that's what effort is. Effort is the decision that you make to be better, to give your best. We talk about having a 100% attitude. I'm asking you to have 100% effort. Because when you have 100% effort, you energize your team. Have you ever seen, there's a viral video of a girl who jumped over her teammate, hit the ball all the way back, and it went back over the net. People get so excited about that one play. It was 1 point. I don't even know if they won the match or not. I don't know if they won state or won the national championship. It was 1 point. But why is it viral? Why has it gone beyond the scopes of everything else? Because of this one girl's effort. She didn't die. She didn't stop. She didn't think, oh, I can't get that ball. Oh, that ball's out. Oh, it's a touch. Oh, there's no way I can bring it back. Not 1 second of her mind, of her decision, when she turned around and saw that ball, did she say, you know what? I can't get that. She says, I may not be able to get that, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give everything that I can so I can try to get that ball. So when we talk about effort, when we talk about what you're bringing to the party, what are you bringing to the party? You've been given gifts. I believe that you've been given gifts from God. You've been given talents from God. All these things you've been given God, and I think we have to give them back. You'll hear me say it again probably before this course is over, but I don't believe that I'm God's gift to coaching volleyball. A lot of people, when I first started coaching volleyball, I did. I thought I was God's gift to coaching volleyball. But that's not in my heart. I don't believe that I'm God's gift to coaching volleyball. But I believe that coaching volleyball is God's gift to me. And I want to use what He's given to me, coaching volleyball, for His glory. And part of that is talking to you today. So when I talk about effort, when I talk about the things that you've been given in your life, we're talking about effort. We're talking about who are you doing this for? Are you doing it for yourself? Okay, fine. You're not a great teammate. But let's take that out of the way. If you're doing this for yourself, you're going to give your best effort, because when you go out there, you want to represent yourself to the best of your ability. Are you doing this for your teammates? Great. Yes. What is our team goal? We want to win. We want to win. And how do we win? By everybody giving great effort. Are you doing this for your family? Are you doing this for your boyfriend or your girlfriend? What are you doing this for? And if I ask you what you're doing it for, why in the world would you not give your best effort? When you walk into the gym for practice and you have a great attitude, we've already gone over that one. Now, why not give your best effort? Every single drill. I mean, even in serve, receive, 3, or in serve and chase. I know all of you do those type of things, and it just feels like, oh, we're just going through the motions. Man, if you're just going through the motions, go. Get out. Joe Namath, who was a quarterback at Alabama, and he's a quarterback for the Jets, and he says, if you're not going to go all the way, what's the use of going in the first place? Why go at all? So my question to you is why go at all if you're not going to give your best? I coached Orlando Volleyball Academy back in, I don't know what year it was. I think it was 2010 or 2011. And I had a 15-3 group at OVA. And we sat there and we went through the season. And we had devotions through the season. And I did this devotion one time. And I talked to them about just good enough. Because sometimes when I ask, how'd you do? Did you do good? Well, I did good enough. And what we sat there and we said, and I had one girl on my team that said, good enough is not good enough. And man, that was the mantra of our whole season. And I want you to understand that today. Good enough, just good enough, is not good enough. I always talk to our players and I say, you know, if we play against the team and we get beat, if somebody beats us, that's not all right, but that's okay. Because if somebody is better than us, there's nothing that we could do. If we gave our best effort and somebody beat us, shake their hands, say congratulations. But I never want to go out to a team that I'm supposed to 3-0, that I'm supposed to sweep, and we win 3-1 or we win 3-2. I'm not going to feel good at the end of that game if we win 3-2 against the team we should have swept. Or if we go to a game and we play against the team that we should have gotten our butts kicked. Let's say, for instance, we should have been swept and kicked out of the gym, but we took a set off of them. Or if we lost 3-2, 15-13 in the last set against the nationally ranked powerhouse. If I talk to you today about that and I say, what would you rather have? Would you rather have mediocrity and barely beating a team that you should 3-0 and sweep out of the gym? Or would you rather have giving your best effort, kicking butt? I mean, this girl back here that has never served the ball and ripped off, she got 12 aces in a row. We took the second set, we took the third set, we barely lost the fourth, and fifth, it was 13-13, 14-14, 15-15, and we lost 17-15 to a team that we're going to see again in the state championship. But we played our butts off, and we played so well. That's what I'm talking to you about, effort. Effort is not on the scoreboard. Your effort is in your heart. There's a song by Matthew West, and I'm going to read it for you because I think it's such a great song. It talks about the motions. Matthew West is a Christian singer, and I encourage you to listen to this song. But he talks about really what we're diving into today. He says, I don't want to go through the motions. I don't want to go through the motions. And he starts off by saying this, and again, this is what started us into our saying with OVA. When we said good enough is not good enough. Just good enough, just going barely over, just doing just enough is not enough. And he says it like this. He says, just okay is not enough. I don't want to go through the motions. I don't want to go one more day without your all-consuming passion inside of me. I don't want to spend my whole life asking, what if I had given everything? Whew, that's a big question. That is the question. Instead of going through the motions. What if I had given everything instead of going through the motions? You know, I'm 42 years old right now whenever we're shooting this. And there's a lot of things that I wish I would have done better. There's things I wish I would have done better today. There's things I wish I would have done better this past season. But I don't get to go back and change those things. And man, the biggest problem that I have is regret. I think regret comes from not giving your best effort. You cannot give your best effort. You can't go out there and bust your tail, you and your teammates, and have any regret. We had a fun thing with our girls always before our matches. We would go down and give our things that we wanted to do that day, our goals for the game. And one of the last ones was coming from a movie that came out that said, no regrets. And it's misspelled regrets. And the girls would always say that. We want to walk out of here with no regrets. And really, if you've ever seen me coach, that is my ultimate goal for you, is to have no regrets. When you walk off the court, when the referee blows the whistle and he said, you guys go ahead and shake hands after it's all over, go ahead and shake hands. I want you to say, I gave my best. I don't want you to ask, what if I had given everything instead of going through the motions? That's what effort is about. Effort is about doing everything that you can to win. And then when doing everything you can doesn't help you win, you do just a little bit more. You don't do just enough. You do everything and more. And I'm not just talking about in a game against a good team. I'm talking about in the game against a bad team. I'm talking about in a class that you think that you're better than. Maybe on a team that you think you're better than. Some of you guys are so much better than your teammates, and you sit there and you still give 70% because you know what? Everybody else is at 68%. So you're going to give 70 and you're just going to be the best player instead of giving your best effort. There are people, when I go around recruiting, there are people that are outliers. They might not be the best player on the court, but man, they are giving their best. And that's the person that I'm drawn to. That's the person that coaches are drawn to. That's the person that teammates are drawn to. Somebody who gives everything that they have. Your work ethic is who you are. It's your character. You have a great attitude. Now show that great attitude in your effort. Let me give you an illustration one time when I was a kid. My stepfather passed away when I was 15 years old as a sophomore in high school. And I'll be honest with you, I wish I had more time with that man. Because that man taught me character. And you know what? I pushed him every second of the day. And I was just so upset. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was a drama queen, basically. Until I realized what I had in John Van Alstyne. And that man told me one time, I was out there mowing the lawn. And I had to mow the lawn. I didn't get paid for it. It was my job. If I wanted a roof over my head and food to eat, I mowed the lawn. And one time I was mowing the lawn. And I missed a spot. And I looked back at it and I was like, oh, he's never going to see that. I'm just keep on going. And I just kept on going. Mowed the whole thing. Missed another spot. Just kept on going. We had a big yard. Let me tell you, we had a big yard. And I mowed the whole lawn, put it up. I mean, I am sweating like crazy. I mean, I sweat standing still in a freezer back then and still today. But I was sweating so bad. And I got done and I pushed that lawnmower in and I said, whew, I'm done. And I told him, hey, John Van, I'm done. And he says, all right, let's go take a look. And I said, uh-oh. And he walked around that whole yard. And he's like, oh, this is a good job. Good job here. Good job here. And he saw that little piece that I missed. The little piece and the whole yard. It was probably 1% of our 100% yard. And he sat me down and he told me this one thing. And I don't cuss, so I won't tell you exactly what he said. But he said, don't ever do a half-butt job, Justin. If you ever go and you give effort for something, you better give your best effort. Don't go through giving half effort. Don't go through giving 80% effort. If you're going to do it to the best of your ability and do it right the first time. And he went back over to our lawnmower, and our lawnmower had these 5 different things. It was like 2.5 inches all the way down to 1/2 inch. And he took the thing down from 2 inches down to 1 inch. And he says, now what I need you to do, Justin, is I need you to take that lawnmower and I need you to go around this whole yard and I need you to mow the whole yard again. Because I messed up on one little part of that yard. My stepfather made me mow the whole yard in Orlando, Florida heat in a summer day. And I was already exhausted. But what did I do? I understood. I understand a lot more today than I did back then. I'll tell you right now, I did not have the greatest attitude in the world. If we talk about 10% what happened to you, 90% the way you react to it, I was reacting not great at that time. But I started that lawnmower up and I pushed through, and man, doing 1 inch on our yard was tough. It took me twice as long because getting down that much in the thick of grass that we had was really tough. But as I remember back to that day, it makes me think about the man that I am today. And knowing that when I go through life, when I go and do things, I'm not going to give 50% effort. I'm not going to go through the motions, because going through the motions doesn't help me. It doesn't help our team. It doesn't help my family. It doesn't help my friends. It doesn't help my mom or my dad. Just going through the motions is not what I want to do. I don't want to look back and say, man, I have regrets. I wish I would have done this. And to be honest with you, there are some things in my life that I wish I would have done better. I wish I would have been a better coach when I first started coaching. There are so many things that I wish I would have put more time into. Connecting with my assistant coaches, connecting with my team. Those are things that I wish I could have done. But you know what? That fires me up so much more that right now, I can go ahead and give 101% every single day for all those times I didn't give 100%. And I can push myself every single day and give the greatest effort that I can, because I am right now trying to be a better teammate, be a better coach, and be a better person to the people that I'm around. And you're not required to be a Christian. I'm sorry if this offends you, but I'm going to talk to you about Colossians 3:23. Colossians 3:23 is one of the greatest verses in all the Bible. And it's one of the greatest verses, especially for this chapter, but it's one of the greatest verses when we talk about playing sports. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart, as working for the Lord and not for men. Let me say it one more time. Whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart, as working for the Lord and not for men. So maybe you don't like your coach. Maybe you're mad that day. Maybe you're upset that you're not playing. Maybe you're upset that practice is late or is early. Maybe you're upset at something right now. But the Bible commands us to say, whatever you do, whatever you do. I'm not just talking about volleyball here. I'm talking about math. I'm talking about church. I'm talking about getting up and mowing the lawn. I'm talking about writing that paper that you have. I'm talking about listening to your friends. I'm talking about all those things that you do. Whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart. What God's telling you right now is, I don't want you to come back and say, what would have happened? What could have happened if I would have given everything? God's saying, I don't want you to have regrets. And the way that you don't have regrets is by today saying, whatever I do, God, I'm going to work at it with all of my heart. I'm going to give my best effort, because I'm not doing this for my coach. I'm not doing this for my mom. I'm not doing this for myself. Yes, I'm doing it for my teammates, but more than that, even if they don't appreciate me, God, I'm doing this for you and for your glory. I told you I'm not God's gift to coaching volleyball, but I believe that God's gift to me is coaching volleyball, and I'm going to use it for His glory. And you know what? I have people that hate me. I have players that do not like me. I have opponents that can't stand the way that I coach. They're like, what is that big old fat bald dude jumping up and down and yelling for? He lost the point. And you'll see me, I'll jump up and down. I'll get excited when we lose a point, because you know what? The point is not the problem. It's our effort. I can't control what a referee says, but I can control how awesome I'm going to say, way to go, Grace, for running through that gum. She went through a scores table one time. How am I supposed to sit here and say, you ran through a scores table, so I'm not going to say way to go because they won the point, because we didn't get the ball right over the net on 3 contacts. I praise you for your effort, but I'm not praising for you for your effort if you're trying to push yourself up, if you're trying to make a name for yourself. Make a name for your teammates, and if you're a Christian, make a name for your God. And as you go out there and you glorify, and as you go out there and you play, whatever you do, work it out with all of your heart, as you're working for the Lord and not for men. That's what true effort is about. We talk about your attitude determines your effort. You have to have a great attitude. Your effort determines your energy. And if you don't see me energized, whoo, I'm ready to go right now. And your energy determines your success. We talked about attitude. We spent 15 minutes on attitude. I don't know how long we spent today. You can see it at the bottom there. But we talked about your effort. What I need from you in order for you to be a great teammate, I need you to give your best effort. Because again, if I'm sitting here and reading this song, I don't want to go through the motions. I don't want to go one more day, one more point, one more play, one more practice drill, one more rep. I don't do one more pass, one more hit, one more set, one more dig, one more serve. I don't want to go through one more thing without your all-consuming passion inside of me. I don't want to spend my whole life, I don't want to spend my whole day, I don't want to spend this whole second wondering and asking, what if I would have given everything? I don't want to go through the motions. So when I talk to you today about your effort, when I talk to you today about being a great teammate, I'm not talking to you as some pastor behind a pulpit. I'm talking to you as a person that's lived it myself. Whatever you do, do it with all of your heart. And again, if you're a Christian, do it for the Lord and not for men. If you're not a Christian, do it for your teammates so you can be a great teammate. Don't be selfish. And don't have regrets. And the only way you don't have regrets is by giving everything. And not asking, what if I would have given everything? Because when you walk off the court, you're going to say, I gave everything. I don't have any regrets. You know what? If you beat me, congratulations. Because I gave my best. And when you have 6 people that give their best and go at it and give great effort, let me tell you something. You develop some energy. When we talk about energy, we're going to talk about it right after this. Thank you.